3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
So okay, we're gonna get to kind of the cherry on top of all of this.
Okay.
This isn't an urban legend, but this
It kind of is a little bit. So I was a giant nerd when I was a little kid. I'm still a giant nerd, yeah. I was then and now. And every once in a while, I would email Nintendo just because they had an email address, and I would just like ask them dumb nerdy kid questions. This is not that dumb, I guess, but
No.
so if you know A Link to the Past,
it ended up happening. So
it was real. So A Link to the Past is the Super Nintendo Zelda game before Ocarina of Time. So there was a rumor about this room. It's called the Chris Houlihan room. And this is like the kind of thing that sounds like an urban legend, where the urban legend is basically, okay, you go to a certain bush in a certain amount of time, and if you go into the bush, because there's a hole down there, you'll come into this room with a character named Chris Houlihan, and the room is full of rupees. Makes zero sense. So I'd heard rumors of this, so I'm just like, I'm going to email Nintendo. So
go to the source.
Yeah, exactly. So for my Mega Man 849 AOL address, I emailed Nintendo and I said, is there such a place / room in Zelda Link to the Past as the Chris Houlihan room? What is it about and how do you get there? If you can answer this, thanks. Brett Carmen. So, and they actually answered me, and somebody took the time to explain what it was. This was Steven Scott of Nintendo of America.
Thank you, Steven Scott.
Yeah.
What if he listens to this someday?
Oh, man. You made my, 12-year-old heart day. I don't know. Anyway, so he says, hi, Brett. Chris Houlihan won one of our contests years ago, and one of his prizes was getting his name in this game. The area that talks about him is a hidden area that isn't easy to find. In fact, there isn't a way to find Chris 100% of the time. Did you know that?
I didn't know
Apparently
that.
It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it says to find Chris Houlihan, save your game in the light world, then press reset. Start the game from the sanctuary. Number 2, dash all the way to the bush that Link had to lift at the beginning of the game to enter the Hyrule Palace. So right at the very beginning of the game, you slash a bush and you go down into the dungeon.
You pick it up. You don't have a sword yet.
Okay, thank you. Keep me honest. I like it.
Yeah.
When Link reaches the bush, dash down the hole without lifting the bush. If Link is fast enough, Link will appear in Chris Houlihan's room. Although it doesn't really have any impact on the outcome of the game, it's a neat trick. Hope this helps. P.S. I believe he's there in the Game Boy Advance version as well. The Game Boy Advance version had just come out as well. And by the way, I had also emailed them.
This is what I thought this was going to be.
Okay.
Because I was going to say thank you, Brett, for bringing us Game Boy
Oh, you're
Advance.
welcome. So I was, a very precocious child, and I was just like, man, the Game Boy Advance, it can run like Super Nintendo games. I'm like, the Zelda Link to the Past is such a good game, they should port it to Game Boy Advance. And by golly, they did.
And again, to the source.
All because of me. Yeah, you're welcome.
So you emailed them and said you should do this.
Yeah. And I think I don't have that email anymore, I don't think.
You've shown it to me. You have it somewhere.
Maybe I do. But I think they even said, oh yeah, we might be doing that or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure it was way in progress.
Yeah.
By the time I asked about it. But at that point, it had not been announced. So
Yep.
I was just like asking about it. And it was, cool to get a response about it.
Thank you for watching this clip from the Buzzed Gamer podcast. Click the links below if you want to hear full audio recordings from episodes so far. You can also drop a like or leave any feedback in the comments below.